Welcome back. This is Alan Olsen with America Dreams, Keys to Life Success, where we talk about how to live the life that you want to. What are your dreams? What do you want out of life? What defines success? So Nadine, it's a rough economy out there.
Yeah, unemployment is really prevalent. And just last week, Bank of America announced that they will cut 30,000 jobs by 2013. Also, Fremont, Solyndra has laid off a myriad of employees with no notice, no advance notice. It's been really tough for people out there.
This is nuts, but unfortunately I think it's going to be a trend that continues on. Deloitte did a study a couple years back, and they said that starting in 2010 and going throughout the next 15 years, 80% of the workforce will be retired. 80%, and they said that for every 5 jobs retiring, only 1 will be replaced. And it's interesting. It's I think what we're seeing is not just the loss of jobs, but also the change in industry. A couple things. There's my brother sent me an email this week, and it was entitled 9 Things That Will Disappear in Our Lifetime. And I'd like to just read what they are. He said, number 1, the post office. He says people have quit sending the mail, couriers. Typically, you open up your mailbox today, it's a lot of junk mail and bills.
Right.
So, and he said that also Federal Express and UPS and email have just about done in what the post office used to do, and that even as much as they continue to increase their mail fees, it's still not enough to cover the cost because of the lost revenue, people not using as much. Second area that they said would disappear is the check.
Interesting. I agree on that. Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. It's like, we grew up with you just write out a check. My wife goes to the grocery store. She's still one of the few that writes checks, and they kind of look at her like, what are you doing? Don't you have a debit card or a credit card? She goes, no, I just write checks. So it's interesting. So we're starting to see, but they say that that by 2018 the check will have all but vanished. Next one, the newspaper.
Yes.
The newspaper. Now, I think that will not go away in its entirety,
but a lot of people, the newer generation you're going to find is very proficient with electronics. They get their mail online, they text. I do a lot of business with the younger generation. Don't touch the paper. They don't touch the paper. It's all done online. Very computer proficient.
It's just me, and also the social networking. They, their news seems to travel by texting and Facebook, and it's like how kids learn about things today is just amazing. So
it's changing.
So the next area is the book, the printed book. We've already seen Barnes and Noble and a couple of these
Barnes and Noble
cutting back,
completely closing down. That's
amazing. It's
more job losses there too.
If I was a kid saying that we'll have no more books, I would have been just thrilled. but
the e-book, it's being replaced by the e-book.
The e-book,
and even colleges are using them. Even colleges are selling electronic books versus the paper book.
That's amazing. So the next area is the landline telephone. Landline telephone.
A lot of people are replacing that with a mobile phone. Why pay 2 bills? You think about it. You've got 911 now on your mobile phones. So what's the use of the landline?
So music is one of the saddest parts of this changing story. The music industry is dying a slow death. Not just because of the illegal downloading, but it's because of the lack of innovative new music being given a chance by the people to listen to
new bands and new programs. I don't know if I don't know if it is dying or if it's just evolving into something else.
That's interesting. But I know that what we grew up with in the 60s, 70s, 80s is still a hot market, but it's all nostalgia today. So next area, television. I read an article today. Apple is coming out with a new Apple TV. It's supposed to really challenge the networks. Interesting stuff. Apple continues to innovate. And the other one is things that you own. which is interesting. They're saying that we're going to go to electronics and needing, on one of the breaks you mentioned something about the government and some of these other countries, and what was that?
Well, basically, the more that we're taxed, the more that the government wants to provide for those that don't have, the less things we will be able to have. So we will be owning less things. And mentioning on the TV, just quickly, I'm getting rid of my cable. I'm going to go do Roku device and get everything online. You don't need cable TV anymore. You could get it all online.
So, yeah, unfortunately, what we're going to lose in all this with the internet coming up and the social media is a lot of our privacy too. Nothing will remain there that people don't know about. But as we go through it, it's something to think about. The job market is evolving. We're seeing people laying off, but new industries are coming up to replace those that are dying. This is Alan Olsen with the American Dreams Network, the keys to life success, where we talk about how to live life you want to, what are your dreams, what do you want out of life, and what defines success. We appreciate you being with us today and look forward to having you join us next week.